Guys, you won't believe what happened to me yesterday, the blonde girl began, her eyes sparkling with excitement. I was walking home from school, holding an ice cream. Everything was perfect until a cheeky little puppy ran up to me. Her friends leaned closer. I thought it just wanted to smell my ice cream, but no. The puppy grabbed my shoelace and started pulling it like it was a toy. I tried to walk, but my shoe slipped off, and I almost fell right into a flower bush. They burst into laughter. And the funniest part, she continued. When I finally got my shoe back and stood up, the puppy sat in front of me and gave me this adorable "I'm sorry" look. I couldn't even be mad. I ended up giving him the rest of my ice cream. Her friends giggled, shaking their heads. You always have the craziest adventures, one of them said. The blonde girl laughed. I know. But hey, at least they make good stories to tell. The blonde girl wasn't finished yet. She leaned back, smiling as her friends waited for more. Well, that wasn't even the end of my strange day, she said. After the whole puppy ice cream disaster, I went to the bus stop. I thought everything would finally be normal, but nope. Her friends laughed again. When the bus arrived, I stepped in and the driver looked at me and said, "Young lady, you have a leaf stuck in your hair." I touched my head and guess what? Not one, but 3 big leaves were stuck there from when I almost fell into the flowers. Her friends covered their mouths, laughing harder. But the funniest moment was when a little kid on the bus pointed at me and said, "Mom, look. She's a forest fairy." She put her hands on her cheeks, pretending to be embarrassed. I mean, imagine me, a fairy with messy hair and only one shoe tied properly. The whole group burst into laughter. But honestly, she said, grinning, I kind of liked being a fairy for 10 minutes. Maybe I should keep the leaves next time. Her friends shook their heads lovingly. You really live in a comedy movie, one of them said. The blonde girl smiled proudly. I guess that's why you never get bored with me. The blonde girl took a dramatic breath, making her friends lean even closer. Okay, but the wildest part happened after I got off the bus, she said. I was walking home, trying to pretend I was completely normal again. No leaves, no puppy, no Joes. Just a calm walk. Her friends nodded, already expecting nonsense. Well, halfway home I heard someone behind me yelling, "Miss. Wait. You're." So, of course, I panicked. I thought maybe I dropped my phone, or my bag was open. I turned around, and what do I see? She paused for effect. A tinny toddler running toward me holding my shoelace. Her friends exploded with laughter. Yes. It fell off again. The same shoelace that the puppy attacked earlier. It betrayed me twice in one day, she said dramatically. But listen to this, the toddler proudly gave it to me like he had just discovered treasure. His mom looked so embarrassed, but the kid just looked up at me and said, "Here. I fixed your shoe." The girl reenacted the moment, bending down and talking in a cute tinny voice, making her friends laugh even harder. And then, she continued, before I could thank him, the little kid saluted me. Saluted. Like a tinny soldier. And then he ran away shouting, "Mission complete." Her friends were crying from laughter now. At that moment, she said, placing a hand on her chest, I realized something. My shoelace had more adventure than I did. They all clapped and cheered, and the blonde girl grinned. So yeah, she finished, next time I leave the house, I'm double knotting my shoes. The blonde girl wiped a tear of laughter from her eye, and leaned forward again. But wait, don't think the adventure ended there, she said. Because when I finally reached my street, something even crazier happened. Her friends gasped jokingly. So I was walking, minding my own business, when suddenly a drone flew right above my head. Like, bzzz, super loud. At first, I thought it was just some kid playing with it, but then the drone started following me. Literally following me. Her friends widened their eyes. I stopped. It stopped. I walked faster. It flew faster. I turned around and said, "Hey. Stop stalking me." They burst out laughing. And then I noticed there was a little sign taped to the front of the drone that said, "Smile." She covered her face dramatically. So now I'm being chased by a drone that wants me to pose for photos. I didn't know whether to run or do a photo shoot. Her friends could hardly breathe from laughing. But the craziest thing. When the drone finally flew away, my phone buzzed. I looked down and saw a notification, "You have been tagged in new photos." Her friends gasped and laughed louder. I opened them and guess what I saw, she continued. It was me. With messy hair, the leaves still stuck in it, holding my runaway shoelace, looking like a confused forest fairy being followed by a robot bee. They screamed with laughter. So yeah, she concluded proudly, I didn't just have an adventure. I accidentally starred in an unplanned comedy photo shoot. Her friends clapped and shook their heads. "You're like a walking movie," one of them said. "And I hope the next episode is calmer," the blonde girl replied, jiggling, "but with my luck. Probably not." The blonde girl laughed along with her friends, then suddenly raised a finger. Wait, there's one more thing," she said. "And honestly this part is unbelievable." Her friends leaned in, already half afraid, half excited. So after the drone incident, I finally reached my house. I thought, okay, I'm safe. Nothing weird can happen now. But oh, how wrong I was. She placed a hand dramatically on her heart. When I opened the gate, my neighbor's parrot, yes, the loud one, looked straight at me and screamed, "Fairy girl is back. Fairy girl is back." Her friends exploded with laughter. I froze. I looked at him. He looked at me. Then he started flapping his wings like crazy, shouting, "Magic! Magic!" The girl reenacted the chaotic flapping, making her friends laugh even harder. So I tried to walk quietly past him, but the parrot kept yelling, "Show us your powers." And guess what? My other neighbor came out and said, "Oh whoa, did you dress up for something?" She buried her face in her hands dramatically. I wanted to disappear. Literally vanish like a real fairy. Her friends were wiping tears from their eyes now. But the grand final, she said. When I finally stepped inside my house, my cat looked at me, stared for a full 5 seconds, then turned around and walked away, like I wasn't even worthy of his attention anymore. "Even your cat judged you?" her friend gasped. "Yes," she said. "He looked at me like, 'Not today, magical human.'" Her friends burst out laughing again. So that was my day, the blonde girl said proudly. Chased by puppies, bees, toddlers, drones, parrots, and rejected by my own cat. Basically, I lived a whole comedy series in one afternoon. She threw her hands up. And honestly, I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. After everyone finally stopped laughing, the blonde girl smiled and took a deep breath. "But you know," she said softly, "when I went to bed that night, I started thinking about everything that happened." Her friends listened quietly now. I realized something. Even though the whole day was completely crazy, puppies, toddlers, drones, parrots, all of it made me laugh. Every little accident turned into a funny memory. She looked at her friends warmly. And the best part? I get to share it with you guys. What's the point of having a ridiculous day if you can't tell your favorite people about it? Her friends smiled back at her. So I decided, she continued, that no matter what happens tomorrow, whether a squirrel steals my lunch or a robot vacuum chases me, I'm just going to enjoy it because life is way more fun when you laugh at the chaos. One of her friends nudged her playfully. "You're right," she said. "And honestly, your stories make our days brighter." The blonde girl laughed. "Well then," she said, standing up proudly, "get ready. Because with my luck, the next adventure is probably already waiting for me outside." They all laughed together, the sun shining, warm and bright, as if agreeing with her. And that was the end of her unforgettable, hilarious, completely unexpected day. A day that would become one of their favorite stories to retell forever.